In this lesson, we're working on adding tens to any number. And so what we have here is a hundreds chart. It's a blank hundreds chart. And a lot of our friends sometimes struggle with place value and understanding that when we add on 10, what's really happening is the ones place is staying the same and the tens place is increasing by 1. So what I would suggest is taking a blank hundreds chart and filling in the very first row with numbers 1 through 10. And if your child is struggling to see this, I would start with 10 and ask what happens when we add on one more 10 to 10. And we notice that, well, we know that in a snap, that's 20. If we add on another 10, that gets us to 30. If we add on another 10, that gets us to 40. And if we are struggling even with this, go to drawing a picture on the side. So 110 we can represent as a 10 rod. We use these in class. A 10 rod looks like this. A cube looks like this. This represents an amount of 1. This represents an amount of 10. You can also draw this in a more simpler version of just a simple line. Makes things really simple. So if we are getting stuck with knowing what happens when we add on 10, draw it. So 110, that's 10. Another 10, oh, we have 2 10s, that makes 20. We have 3 10s, that makes not 20 but 30, and so forth. So use these pictorials to help you. So let's go ahead and finish this pattern. We add on another 10 to 40, that gets us to 50, 60, I'm going to scroll down here for just a moment, 70, 80, 90, and lastly we get to 100. If we look back, we notice that every single time the ones place is staying the same. That 0 does not change. But the tens place is increasing by 110 every time. Using that language of 110 is very important. So if we now go and look at a number like 6, and we want to add on 10 to 6, you might need to go to those pictures and draw it out. If we're struggling, drawing those pictures is going to help us get a complete foundational understanding so we can use strategies like the open number line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we add on 110, we know that that's 10 plus 6, which makes 16. And if we add on another 10, oh, well now we have 26. That 6 is not changing. It never goes anywhere. If we add on another 10, again, the 6 is not changing. We're now at 36. Well, I wonder if we can predict what would happen without drawing a picture. If we add on 10, that would get us to 46, 56, and then go back and say, what is the pattern we see? Just like with 10 and we were adding on 10s, when we are at 6 and we add on 10s, does the ones place stay the same? It sure does. Does the tens place still increase by 1 every time? It sure does. At this point, this is when I would open up to the open number line. We go to the other side here, and we start 6, and we add on 10. What does that get us to? Oh, it gets us to 16. If we add on another 10, now we have 2 10s that we've added on, so now we're going to get to 26. If you are stuck, start with the pictures, then jump to your hundreds chart to represent what this looks like and to really focus on that pattern that you're seeing. And then make sure you make that final connection from the hundreds chart to the open number line. And there are some other videos that show you more about how to use the open number line. Please make sure you check those out to get a full understanding of how to use this with addition and subtraction. Thank you.